The hunger season. The sun hung low and cruel over the parched savanna. The grass, once gold and waving, now lay in brittle patches cracked like old leather. Waterholes were empty bowls in the dust. Prey had vanished. Death whispered on the wind. A lioness, lean from struggle, padded silently across the baking earth. Her ribs showed with every breath. Behind her trailed 4 small cubs, their bellies sunken, their eyes wide and quiet. They cried softly, too weak to wail. Flanking them at a distance were her 2 older cubs, teenagers now, rebellious, restless, and always hungry. They had no patience. They did not understand the art of patience or the sharp edge of desperation a mother knows. She had stalked 3 times that day and failed thrice. The wind was wrong, the prey too fast. Her legs too tired, but her cubs could not feed on failure. At dusk, she caught a scent, the bitter, sour tang of blood on the wind. A kill, nearby, not hers. She followed the scent to the edge of an acacia grove. There, a pack of wild dogs tore at the remains of a freshly brought down impala. The dogs yipped and growled over the carcass, their muzzles bloodied, their tails flagging. But they had made a mistake. The kill was too close to lion country. The lioness waited crouched low. Then with a deep, thunderous growl, she exploded from the brush. The wild dogs scattered, snapping and yelping, knowing better than to challenge a lioness in full fury. She claimed the carcass in seconds. Her teenagers arrived first, reckless, loud, shoving each other for the best bites. They didn't wait for the cubs. The little ones approached slowly, fearful they'd get nothing. Enough, the mother snarled, knocking her son away from the ribs. They eat first. But the dry season bred more than hunger. It bred selfishness. Her teenage daughter hissed and swatted, refusing to step aside. The lioness roared again, louder this time. Authority in fang and voice. Far off, a pair of golden eyes watched. Or in the shade of a broken marula tree, a female leopard lay panting. Her prize, a young duiker, was freshly killed, but too heavy to haul into the branches. She had dragged it as far as she could, and now sat atop it, eyes flicking left and right for threats. Every crack of a twig made her muscles tighten. Another leopard emerged from the rocks. A lean male, his eyes hungry. "You can't eat it all," he purred, circling. The female snarled, her tail lashing. "Then let's find out if you're strong enough to take it." He didn't press, not yet. But someone else did. A troop of baboons spilled from the hills. Young males barked and rattled branches. Females with infants rode on their backs. They knew of this leopard. She had killed 2 of their kind before. Their leader signaled a halt. The troop stood at the edge of the clearing. The leopard stood on her kill. The tension crackled like dry leaves. Then the baboons turned away, muttering their curses, not ready to pay the price. Night came cold and quiet. The lioness curled her body around the 4 cubs, their bellies full at last. Her teenagers lay nearby, licking their paws and muttering about how unfair she was. She ignored them, let them sulk. Let them learn. That night, the sky split open. Rain fell like drums across the land, pounding dust to mud, washing the bones clean. The dry season broke like a fever. Rivers awakened, frogs sang again. And with the water came life, zebra, wildebeest, buffalo, all returning to the green. The lioness stood the next morning and felt strength in her limbs. Her cubs tumbled and played again. Even the teenagers looked grateful. The land was alive once more. But so were the predators, and hunger would return.